Ever ever thought about really putting down roots somewhere vibrant, future focused, but without that constant worry about visas, renewals hanging over your head?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for you listening, that idea might just have gotten a bit more real. Welcome to the deep dive. We cut through the noise, try to bring you the stuff that actually matters.
And today, yeah, we're really zeroing in on the UAE Golden Visa, specifically looking ahead to 2025. We've got this comprehensive explanation note, basically a breakdown of the whole program.
Right.
And we've tried to boil it down to what's really key for you if you're thinking about that long-term residency and, the opportunities that come with it.
Think of this as your fast track to getting the golden visa picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, our mission here really is to give you a super clear view of this thing, cut through the official jargon, the complexities, and really shine a light on who's eligible and, maybe more importantly, what the actual real-world upsides are for you if you're thinking the UAE could be, well, home for the long haul.
Okay, so let's unpack it. For you listening, what is the Golden Visa? Like, in simple terms.
Okay, so basically the UAE Golden Visa, for you, it's a long-term residency permit. We're talking 5 years or maybe 10 years, and it's renewable.
Okay.
Now, the really big deal, I think, for you is that you don't need a local sponsor, not like the standard visas,
Ah, right.
which, gives you a lot more freedom. You can live, work, study pretty much independently in the UAE.
That no sponsor thing, yeah. That sounds like a game changer for you. So, okay, what's the bigger strategy here? Why did the UAE actually set this whole program up for someone like you?
Well, understanding the why is pretty important for you, I think. The UAE, they've got some big strategic goals with this. It's all about making the country stronger on the world stage.
So first off, it's really about attracting people like you, foreign investors, sharp entrepreneurs, top-tier professionals, getting talent and keeping it there.
Makes sense.
And it's also, a really key piece in their plan to diversify the economy away from just oil, right? Plus boosting innovation in all sorts of areas and just cementing their reputation as this, major global hub for business, for talent. It's not just handing out visas, it's about building this dynamic future, and they kind of want you involved.
Yeah, that totally clicks if you're someone looking to be part of that growth.
Yeah.
So the explanation note we looked at, it breaks down several key ways you can become eligible. Let's start with investors. That seems like a common route for long-term stays.
Definitely. If investing is your angle, there are basically two main paths for you. One is what they call public investment.
Okay.
This means you need to put in at least AED 2 million, either into an accredited investment fund, one the government approves, or by setting up a company with that much capital, AED 2 million or more.
Right.
The other major route for you, and probably quite popular, is real estate investment.
And on the property side, for you looking at that, I heard there were some pretty significant updates recently.
Oh, absolutely. Big ones. So for you thinking real estate, yeah, the basic requirement is owning property worth at least AED 2 million.
Okay.
But here's the interesting bit for now. From 2024, they actually scrapped the minimum down payment requirement.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And what's more, they're pretty flexible for you too. Mortgaged properties, fine. Even off-plan properties, also potentially fine.
Really? Off plan?
Yep, as long as they hit that AED 2 million value mark based on the official valuation from the DLD, that's the Dubai Land Department, the official body handling real estate stuff in Dubai.
Okay. That's crucial info for you if you're eyeing newer developments or need financing.
Okay.
All right, what about the entrepreneurs out there, people starting their own thing?
Right. If you're an entrepreneur, the focus for you shifts a bit. It's about owning or launching businesses that are future focused or heavily into tech.
Wow.
The value benchmark here is AED 500,000 or more for the business. Now, there are a couple of hoops for you to jump through.
Such as?
Your business plan evaluation, they need the thumbs up from a UAE accredited auditor, one of those government approved firms that checks the books.
Okay.
And you also need approval from a recognized business incubator inside the UAE. It really shows they're trying to build this ecosystem for cutting-edge companies.
Yeah, very targeted. Okay, moving on. There's this category called specialized talents. Sounds broad. Who exactly fits under that umbrella for you?
It is broad, and that's intentional, I think. They want diverse skills like yours. So yeah, this covers professionals like doctors, researchers, scientists, inventors, also executives, engineers, artists, even athletes.
Quite a list.
It is. And for you, it's important to know each of these sort of subcategories has its own specific criteria, like needing certain endorsements or qualifications.
Okay, like for executives,
Yeah, for example, if you're an executive, there's usually a minimum salary, AE, 50,000 a month. Plus, typically, 5 years of relevant experience,
Hmm.
and you need a bachelor's degree or something equivalent.
Right.
Oh, and a key update for 2025. This is relevant for you, especially if you're applying directly, not through a nomination. You now need at least 2 years with your current employer.
Ah, okay, 2 years tenure. That's a specific detail for you if you're applying from abroad. What if you're, like, just starting your career? Or maybe still studying?
Good question. They have the Outstanding Students and Graduates category. This is really for you if you're a high flyer academically.
Uh-huh.
So if you're a high school student and you got, say, 95% or more, or you ranked in the top 1% nationally, you might qualify.
Impressive.
Or if you're a university grad, you need a GPA of 3.5 or higher from a UAE university or from one of the top 100 universities globally.
Okay.
The key thing here, though, for you, is you need an official recommendation or endorsement from the UAE Ministry of Education. Shows they really want to keep hold of bright young talent like you.
It's good they recognize academic achievement for you. The notes also mentioned humanitarian pioneers
Wow.
and frontline heroes. Who are they targeting there for you?
Humanitarian pioneers is for individuals like you who've shown a real commitment to, well, making a difference.
How so?
It generally means you need 5 years or more working with NGOs, civil society groups, that kind of thing. Or alternatively, if you've made significant humanitarian donations, we're talking AED 2 million or more.
Okay.
And Frontline Heroes, that category came about, especially thinking about the pandemic. It's aimed at medical staff like nurses, technicians, people like you who are really on the front lines.
Got it.
For you in that field, eligibility usually hinges on getting a recommendation from the relevant government authority.
Okay, so those cover some of the more established pathways for you.
Mhm.
But the explanation note, it also flags some new categories, emerging ones, and I think you'll find these really interesting. They definitely reflect what's happening globally. Tell us about those.
Yeah, these updates really show the UAE is like trying to stay ahead of the curve, right? They want talent in these fast-growing areas that could be perfect for you. For instance, they actually introduced a category for content creators.
Seriously? Like influencers?
Yep, influencers, podcasters, fits right into today's world, doesn't it? For you in that space, you'd need to show, a solid portfolio, proof of your audience size and engagement, and you might need a specific trade license too.
Interesting. What else?
Then there's gaming professionals,
Yeah.
recognizing esports, the whole gaming industry boom.
Right.
For you there, you'd need accreditation from bodies like Dubai Culture or Abu Dhabi's Department of Culture and Tourism, the DCT.
Okay.
Then, a bit more niche, but kind of fascinating, specifically in Abu Dhabi, there's now a category for luxury yacht owners. If you own a yacht that's 40 meters or longer, maybe that's your thing.
Maybe for some listeners.
We also see more focus on education, a category for educators in private schools, specifically mentioned for Dubai and Ras Al Khaimah, so that could be really relevant for you if you teach.
Okay.
And finally, there's the blue visa. This one's interesting. It's for you if you're heavily involved in environmental work, advocacy, conservation.
Wow.
It's really something, isn't it? Seeing official immigration policy acknowledge things like the creator economy and environmental work.
Yeah, these new categories definitely show the Golden Visa isn't static. It's adapting for people like you. Okay. So beyond just being allowed to stay there long term, what are the actual tangible plus points for you if you get a Golden Visa? What's really in it for you, the listener?
Oh, the benefits for you are pretty compelling. First up, obviously, that long-term residency itself. 5 or 10 years gives you huge stability, right? Peace of mind for you and your family.
Definitely.
Then that no sponsor requirement we talked about that gives you so much independence professionally and personally.
Right.
And this is a big one for lots of people like you with global ties. Golden Visa holders can actually stay outside the UAE for longer than 6 months without the visa getting canceled automatically.
Yeah, that's huge compared to regular visas.
Exactly. Big advantage. Plus, the ability to sponsor your family is massive for you. Spouse, kids, doesn't matter how old they are, even your parents.
Okay, that covers the whole family.
Pretty much. And you can also sponsor unlimited domestic helpers, if that's relevant for you. Then you get access to things like healthcare, education systems, and this thing called the ESA discount card gives you savings on all sorts of things.
Practical perks.
Yeah. And for you entrepreneurs and investors, there's the potential for 100% foreign ownership of your business in many sectors. And maybe the headliner benefit for a lot of you, No personal income tax in the UAE.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
No income tax, that definitely gets your attention.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're listening and thinking, hey, maybe I qualify, what's the application process actually involved for you? Is it like a bureaucratic nightmare?
Well, look, there are steps, obviously, but they have been trying to make it smoother for you. First step, always, is for you to double check you actually meet the criteria for one of the categories we've gone through.
Right. Check the boxes.
Exactly. Once you're pretty sure, you gather your documents. Passport, proof you're eligible, like investment papers, degree certificates, maybe salary slips, whatever fits your category.
Okay.
The application itself, for you, it's mostly done online now. You'd use the official portals, like the ICP website, that's the Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security, or their app. Or maybe the Abu Dhabi Residence Office, ADRO, or Dubai Culture, depends on your category.
Got it. Online is good.
Then you submit, pay the fees, you'll need a medical test, standard stuff. If all that goes okay, you get your Emirates ID card and the actual Golden Visa stamp or printout.
Yeah.
Oh, and they have this one-touch service now, which is meant to make applying and renewing even simpler for you.
Okay, sounds manageable if you're organized.
Yeah.
What about when that first 5 or 10 years is up? What do you need to know about renewal?
Good point. To renew your Golden Visa, you basically need to show you still meet the rules you qualified under originally.
Okay, maintain the status.
Right. Or, and this is useful for you, if your situation's changed, maybe you were an employee, now you're an investor, you can potentially qualify under a different category when it's time to renew.
Ah, so there's flexibility.
Exactly. You'll need updated documents, of course, new passport copy, proof you still meet the criteria, whether it's the investment or the job or whatever, and pay the renewal fees. For you investors, yeah, keeping that investment or property value up is key for renewal, but that flexibility is definitely built in to help you adapt.
That's reassuring for you, knowing things can change. Now, the note we used had a really handy table summarizing recent changes. Could you maybe highlight just a few key updates from, say, 2024 or early 2025 that you should be aware of?
Sure, yeah, keeping tabs on these is important for you. Like we mentioned, that big one in January 24, removing the AED 1 million down payment for real estate.
Right.
Then in August 24, they clarified the salary for skilled professionals. It's your gross salary, minimum AED 30,000.
Okay, gross, not basic.
Correct. October 24 saw the official launch of the gaming visa and the educator visa. Ras Al Khaimah added their educator visa in November 24 too.
Mm-hmm.
More recently, Feb 2025, that's when the blue visa for environmental work and the content creators visa officially kicked off, broadening the scope again for people like you.
Right.
And also in Feb 25, that specific rule for executive directors applying directly needing 2 years with their current employer.
Mm.
These updates just show it's, an evolving program responding to different sectors relevant to you.
That's a great recap of recent tweaks for you. The explanation also tackled some common questions, FAQs, which I think will be really useful for you, our listener. Let's quickly hit a couple of those. Can you just reconfirm for you the situation with sponsoring family and staying outside the UAE?
Absolutely. So yes, for you as a Golden Visa holder, you definitely get that major benefit of sponsoring your close family.
Yeah.
Spouse, kids of any age, parents. Huge factor for you if you're planning a family move.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, again, unlike regular visas, you can stay outside the UAE for longer than 6 months without jeopardizing your visa. Big flexibility win for you.
And the salary for skilled pros and using off-plan or mortgaged property for you, just to be crystal clear.
Sure. For you as a skilled professional, the magic numbers are AED 30,000 minimum gross monthly salary, plus you need that bachelor's degree and the right professional paperwork.
Got it.
And for property, yes, off-plan or mortgaged properties can count for you towards the Golden Visa if the value hits that AED 2 million mark. And for off-plan, there might be specific rules about how much is paid or completed, checked by the authorities, of course.
Okay, and one last practical one for you. What if your job changes down the line, or you want to try for a different category?
Yeah, really valid question for you. And the answer is yes, the system allows for that. If your circumstances shift, you absolutely can apply to renew your Golden Visa under a different category as long as you meet the requirements for that new category when renewal time comes.
Yeah.
That adaptability is a real strength for you.
That covers a lot of ground.
Wow.
Incredibly useful stuff for you. So, okay, let's try and wrap this up. What are the main takeaways from our deep dive into the 2025 UAE Golden Visa for you?
I think the biggest takeaway for you is that this Golden Visa is a seriously attractive, pretty flexible way to get long-term residency in the UAE, and it works for a really wide range of people like you.
Wow.
It's especially appealing if you're, say, an investor looking at business or property, or maybe an entrepreneur with a cool tech idea, or if you're a highly skilled professional, maybe in tech, healthcare, the arts, or even an educator.
Right.
And adding things like content creators and gamers just shows it's really trying to keep up with how the world's changing for you.
So for you listening, if this sounds like it might fit, what should you do next?
Okay, your first step should probably be to really look at those categories and figure out which one honestly matches your background, your qualifications best.
Mm-hmm.
Then, yeah, start getting your paperwork together. Be meticulous. Make sure you use the official government websites and apps when you apply. Don't get caught out by unofficial sites.
Good tip.
And definitely, for you, keep an eye out for any new announcements or rule changes. Things do evolve.
And look, if it all feels a bit complicated or your situation isn't straightforward, maybe think about getting advice from an authorized immigration consultant or lawyer. Could save you headaches.
Excellent advice for you. Well, as the UAE keeps pushing forward as this global center for, innovation, business, culture,
Mm.
it's worth thinking about how getting a golden visa could be your key to unlocking that future, bringing you opportunity and that long-term stability.
Well said.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us for this deep dive.